you were a hard act to follow, but I do need to provide some background for this informational meeting. Some of you have been in the audience on numerous occasions, so I may be singing to the choir as I reiterate why we are where we are with this project. But I want to give a little bit of background and bring everyone up to date as to where we stand at this point. As background, the town owns and operates a concrete dam that impounds our primary drinking water reservoir, which is located approximately 3 miles outside of the town, actually in the highlands of Allegheny County. Some of you may not even realize where the water treatment plant is located. The town's property includes the reservoir, dam, and the town's water treatment plant, and adjoins both the George Washington and Jefferson National Forest, which become very important to us as we go through a land transfer that I'll explain a little bit later. The reservoir is the only raw water source for the water treatment plant, which serves the entire town of Clifton Forge as well as the eastern part of Allegheny County. Again, something that a lot of people don't understand. We are the primary source of water, not only for our citizens, but for many residents in Allegheny County. The project itself was started in 1949, and construction was actually completed in 1959. It's approximately, the dam itself is approximately 52 feet high with a drainage area of 12.6 square miles and a total impoundment capacity at the top of the structure of 318 acres. Since its construction almost 70 years ago, there's been no significant improvements to the dam itself. In accordance with current regulations of 4 dams in Virginia as specified by the Department of Conservation and Recreation, our dam is classified as high hazard and is currently considered to be in, quote, fair, unquote, condition. This is as identified not by the town but by the Department of Conservation and Recreation. And so because of that designation, we started down a journey that began in 2012. This is now almost 2019, and we have yet to start construction of those repairs. Many people have talked about the dam and questioned what might happen should there be a dam failure. Well, a breach of our dam would place over 1,400 lives at risk in our hazard area, which would equate to well over 1/3 of the town's population. And it includes a significant part of our downtown. So all of our businesses in the downtown area, as well as most, if not all, of our public facilities are in that area. In 2012, we started the process with an inundation study, and then followed that with a stabilization study. Again, requirements of the Department of Conservation and Recreation. Following those 2 studies, a preliminary engineering study was prepared as well as an environmental report. And all of those documents had to be reviewed by the Department of Conservation and Recreation. The town was fortunate during that time to receive several grants on a 50-50 basis from the Department of Conservation and Recreation so that we could perform those studies, because they obviously are well aware of the need for the dam's repair. During all these years, since 2012 till today, the town has been operating its dam under a conditional operational permit. And that permit currently expires the end of this year, although our permit for renewal of another conditional permit is still under review at the state level. We have created final design plans for the dam's repair as certified by Gannett Fleming, and some of you were in the audience when that engineering firm conducted a pretty exhaustive report to the community several months ago. We have pursued funding of this project off and on for the last 6 years, looking at every available option. Started out looking at rural development, thought that it was going to be too expensive to go that route, and so then started pursuing the Virginia Resource Authority, only to have them to encourage us to go back to rural development, which we did. I can't even begin to describe the forms and papers that we've had to fill out multiple times, but that has led to the successful award of a grant loan package totaling $4.5 million. Of that $4.5 million, 2.8 is in the form of a loan, a 40-year loan, that will be repaid at 3.125% or lower if in fact the rate is lower at the time of the final closing of the loan. In addition, we have been awarded, subject to several forms and actions that the council must take, many of them tonight following this presentation. We will also receive $1.7 million in grant funds. The loan funds have to be expended first, followed by the grant funds. I've already had someone ask what happens if the project costs more than the amount. We would be eligible for additional funding from rural development. It has been a long journey. In the process, we have learned that part of the land that is contained within the reservoir belongs technically to the Forest Service, so we have for the last 2.5 years been pursuing a land swap, which we now anticipate will be complete early next calendar year. Once that is done, other forms must be completed by the town. The plans have to be reviewed once again by all parties, and then we will hopefully award a contract for construction in the late spring, anticipate a 10 to 12 month contract. The way the terms from rural development read, we are allowed, permitted, and in fact encouraged to not make any payments on the debt for the first full year of operation. So we anticipate that fiscal 22 is the year in which we will actually make our first annual debt service payment on that 40-year loan. One of the documents that will be in front of the council later this evening to adopt in relation to this is a rate resolution that is required by rural development for the purpose of anticipating what your water rate will be in fiscal 22, the first year in which that debt service is paid. We've had a lot of assistance from Draper Aiden's financial group. Leanna Tyler has spent many, many hours with them and quietly by herself making sure that we've done our calculations correctly. And we are confident that fiscal 22 is in fact the year where that debt service payment would begin, and we have estimated through advanced planning for those fiscal years that our water rate at that time will be $38.80 and the sewer rate $72.20 for a total of $111 a month, which is only $2 more a month than the current utility bill. We are able to anticipate only that $2 increase in spite of a $2.8 million debt service or payment of debt on the $2.8 million, because we will have some reductions in our sewer expenses in the intervening years between now and fiscal 2022. And so with that, unless there are questions.
Thank you, Darlene. Are there any questions?
Dr. did a very great presentation in May or June. They quoted us at $4.2 million. What caused the price increase?
Rural development required us to add certain things into the package to include the interim financing. The way rural development provides their money, we will not be able to draw down that loan of $2.8 million until the project is completed. In order for the town to expend $2.8 million for construction, we have to obtain interim financing. But rural development is agreeable to reimbursing, in effect, the town for that financing. We've already secured a commitment from an organization that works with rural development for our interim financing. We've been approved for that. We have not obtained the documents that also have to be reviewed by local development. In addition to that interim financing, they also wanted us to include some expenses that we already incurred, because they wanted to see what the total cost of the project was, not necessarily how much we needed to pay forward. So that's how the amount increased.
Thank you.
Any other questions? I remember when they gave their report, I asked them about the cost and said, is that a definite cost? And they said, it's what we know right now, today, so. Anything else?